is up, YouTube? And today, you already know, we're going to be working on an extremely popular thing that people have been doing all across the world. This is the interior ambient lighting, the multicolor light strips that go in cars. I have the exact same set in my Chrysler 200, as you can see there, and I absolutely love it. It's color changing. I can make it go any color I want, have it go rainbow, anything in between via app. This one here I picked up from CarXK, link down below always, as well as if you use my Moderate Mods discount code right there, you'll get 10% off this purchase too. It took a little bit to come in, about a week or so, but now that it's in, here's everything inside the packaging. We got our power wire, power box, you know, all that, remote, and the tons of feet of strip there. So I'm going to be doing this work all on a 2007 C6 Corvette here. And basically, this install is going to be completely universal to any vehicle. What I'm going to be doing is powering these lights via my lights, in a sense. So the positive is going to be the powered for the lights here. I'm not going to be just wiring it to my battery, which you could do, but I want it to where when it powers on automatically and powers off automatically with my lights. So when it, you know, the lights turn on, this will turn on. I don't have to turn it on and off with my remote. But if I do want to turn it off, I can easily just press off on the remote and it will just turn it off as well. So that's how I'm going to be doing it. It makes it look a little bit cleaner, makes it a little more hassle-free, and it's just overall, it's just more of a clean install. You know, it really does what it's supposed to do. These lights aren't going to be so bright that you're going to see them during the day, but at nighttime they will pop, they will look great. And with the car I got that I'm doing this on, you know, my Corvette, the interior is it's small and it's got so much curvature that I just cannot wait to see where I'm going to put this thing here. So right now I'm going to jump into where the install would be. So we're going to go ahead and find where our power would be for our lights. Okay, guys, so I'm going to break this down as best as I can and try to explain this as well as I can. So the red and the black are just power and ground, okay? So basically what has to happen is you have to find a power and then a ground for the lights. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the headlight fuse. So they sell these awesome things right here. They're like fuse taps. I recommend picking one of these up. I don't have one, so I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to be wrapping it around the fuse. You know, to each their own. Some people hate that. Some people don't care. I'm one of those that I don't care. Now, if you're doing a fuse setup, it's always good to have your owner's manual here where you can just get quick and easy access, but you can always look these up online as well. A lot of cars will have the fuse for the headlamps on the interior, so the inside of the car, that interior fuse box. Unfortunately on the Vet, it's the exterior engine one, so no big deal. I'm just gonna have to find the firewall and run that wire through, and I'll show you guys where I ran that through. I'm not gonna show the entire process of that because then I would get away from the universal aspect of it, but I'll be tapping in. So over here, you can see, I'm gonna be going with my, just either one of these. It doesn't matter, driver or passenger, just as long as it's low beam, because low beam is gonna be the one that always comes on. So pretty much, I'm gonna just find my driver's side low beam headlamp fuse, which is gonna be fuse 20. And also, as you can see here, a lot of fuse boxes will tell you everything that it is. So right there, fuse 20. In that one is going to be, oh, that says fuel pump. Let's see, 19. Oh, I read it wrong. 21, sorry. 21. Fuse 21 is left low beam, and 21 coming here, yada, yada, yada. It's right there, 21. Zone out. You can also look, it'll make it better for you. So fuse 21 is a 20 amp, and that will help you kind of find it. So 21 is there. So right there. That one is 21. So that's gonna be my low beam fuse. So I'm just gonna bridge on one side of the pegs. I'll show you what I do to it, and then I'm gonna ground out the other side. Okay, so I got my ground grounded. And this is what I mean by just going around my fuse here. If I can focus in. I just wrapped it around the fuse peg there, and I'm just gonna push it back in. But just go ahead and pick up, you know, your fuse tapping one that I showed you earlier. Link down below to that as well, just to make it a little bit easier for you and maybe make you feel a little bit better. But go ahead and put your fuse back in, and then you should be powered up. Next step is we're just gonna do a quick test. All right, so once you get that done, it's kind of sloppy right now, but this is a pretty important step. So this right here is just going to be the testing. So I got my ground connected, my power. I got my speaker wire ran. I'll explain that. To the box, got it connected down there to those, and the positive and negative. And now I'm just going to turn it on and see if it works here. So real quick, the reason that I'm running this speaker wire and the reason it's so long and I'm not just connecting the wires right from that box is because you want that box in the cab hidden. Obviously, you don't want that box to be seen, but you want it somewhere that when you point the remote in that area, it will be able to reach and put the signal out. If it's out in your engine bay, it might not reach. It might, but it still might not. Plus, you know, it's just keeping all the heat and stuff away from that box. So that's why I'm running the speaker wire. Any wire will work. I just use speaker wire, and I'm going to be running it, hiding it, and I use an extra bit of length just to make sure I had enough. So once I test it, I'm going to unhook it again from those wires there in that box, then run and hide all my wires. But for now, let's go ahead and turn on the lights and see if this thing works. All right, so now that we're in the car here, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my low beam lights. And as you can see, they are working, and our box is all connected up. It's changing colors like it should. It's pretty cool, guys. Got a music setting. Fade through. These are pretty sweet lights. Oh, there's the music one. It goes with my voice. Purple, white. Yeah, they're all working like they should. It even has... Oh, that's cool. So it has like a dim down, brighten up. Man, these things get actually pretty bright. Wow, that's sweet. So there you go, guys. The testing is so important because if you test beforehand, you won't run into any issues. If I was to run all this and blah, 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 and I go to hook it all up and it doesn't work, man, I'm going to have to troubleshoot, possibly, you know, rerun wires and so on and so on. So always just make sure you test. But now that we're tested up, let's go ahead and turn off our lights. And there you go. So it even works with my high beam. Some cars that turn off their low beams and their high beams turn on. This is not the case. So it works with my high beams. Doesn't work with my parking lights. It's only wired to my headlights. So when my headlights turn on, boom, those power up. That's what I want. That's exactly what I wanted. So those are working like they should. Now I'm going to go ahead and run, hide my wires through. And then I'll go ahead and show you what I did there. And then we'll get to the putting it all up part. Okay, so I ran my speaker wire underneath this plastic panel here, through. Underneath this piece, I unscrewed the Torx, and it's right there. So it is a little visible, but instead of going through the firewall, I just went that way just because I didn't really feel like going through and digging through the firewall and everything. And I just wanted to make sure and do this quickly here. But that's why I ran it. A lot of people are going to run their wires this way. A lot of people, as in, you know, if you're watching this video, some people will take the time to do it through the firewall. Absolutely. Do the best work you can. Right now, just for your guys' sake, I'll be doing it this way, just so you can see that it can still be done. And it's borderline invisible. This is, you know, the route getting in and out. And yeah, it might catch your eye, but if you had some black wire, you would never even notice. So that's the way I'm going to be running it. Now I got it through here. I got it connected in to my power cord for my box. I went and tested it one more time just to make sure, but it's all good here and electrical taped up. I'm going to tuck my wire. Now I'm going to figure out where exactly I want to run these wires here. So these are extremely long, which is great because This will allow you to pretty much run it wherever you want. You can run it, you know, all the way, tuck it up under, run one through the back, or whatever you really want to do. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to think a little bit about exactly where I want to run my wires, and I'm going to get right back to you guys and show you how I did it. So guys, I already showed you that over there. This is just down on my feet. I'm going to zip tie this up in here. What I did was I popped this little panel off right here. It's just pull down at the bottom. This will come off. I tucked all my wires in there. I ran one wire because what I'm going to do is I'm going to space this out, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a little bit here. I'm going to run one here, down, just stopping there. Then I got two over here, two of the longer ones, and I'm going to run one from here to loop to that, and the same on that side there. And I'm just going to be using 3 out of the 5. The other 2 are just tucked in here, and you just want to make sure they're tucked away because they will still emit light, and you just want to make sure that the light they emit won't be visible. So now I'm going to go to the next step, which is measuring out, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, guys, so right now I just ran just a little plastic tubing without the actual strip that goes in for the light to show through. And what I'm going to do is I ran my end where I'm going to connect my light piece and my light. Ran it through, just pushed it through, didn't tuck it in super perfect. And you will get a couple of, you know, crunches and crinks in there. Just, you know, be very delicate while you're doing it. It'll clear and straighten itself out once you put the light tube through. But now I got that there. This is my first one here, so I'm going to cut, and I'm just going to cut right to about here. I'm going to give myself a little excess, and I'll snip when I'm done and it's all finished through, and make sure, you know. But I'm going to snip right there. Then I'm going to run my light through. Okay, so what I did was I kept it partially, well, mostly in place, and I ran the light tube through, ran it all the way through right to the end there. Now I'm going to snip my light tube, but I'm going to leave a little bit because you need to run that tube into this and then tighten it down with your locking screw here. And you'll see that all the light will go right through once you do that. There it is. So those wires are still not hooked up yet, obviously, but I just ran that one part there. I'm going to run over here and whatnot, but I think it looks great. So I know you might wonder why I didn't run it here. I didn't run it there just because in the Corvette, you'll see when the light turns on or when I turn the light on, but in the Corvette, the panel here goes way back in, and it doesn't give me a good tucking point, so I just had to leave it like that. But for right there, that's kind of just set in place. I'll push that up there a little bit better. But man, look how good that looks right now, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and run the rest of them here and show you what we got. Okay, guys, so what I did was I ran here, around, up and over that, through back behind there, down to there. Obviously that one you saw there, and then my glove box up into there. So turning it on, the lights all work and everything. It took me a while, guys, and like I was saying before in that last clip, here's the reason I couldn't run that one is I could have went all the way back in there, but I just decided not to because, you know, it was just doing too much to just go back there. I wanted to just have it to where it was up in the fronter part of the car you could kind of see, and you know, it's all style at this point. So the reason I'm not showing you like clips of me cutting and splicing is because I was doing that for about 45 minutes, guys, and that's just that's a part that you're gonna do on your own. It's just pretty much where you want it. You want it to go into curved spots that aren't going to be requiring a lot of cornering. So like that's max cornering there. And like over here, there was some extreme cornering there. I had to curve that down a little bit. You just want to try to keep it as slightly curved as you can. And like a spot like this, there's no way I could, I mean, I probably could, but the curve would be nuts. So I just separated them there, and I think it looks great. I'm going to show you guys now what it looks like in the night. Let me know what you guys think.
Wait, we don't have to start the day yet. I just wanna stay, even if we run late. harder days. Stay a minute or just wait until Monday. Can we just stay in bed and watch the world go by? What a long night, the week was dragging by.
Well, guys, the music remote settings are pretty cool. So this is one of the settings here, just to show you every time I tap it will pretty cool. It actually changes colors, pretty synchronized. It's got multiple different music modes. So that's the tap one. I mean, I don't even know all the modes because it's all the instructions are in Chinese, but I think this is music mode with flash or something or other. But, you know, I'm going to be pretty much keeping it on the standard red here just to go with the flow and the new wheel that I got coming in. And I love it, guys. I really, really, really love it. Well, guys, successfully after an hour and a half, 2 hours, the L wire is complete, or whatever you want to call it. The interior LED lights are complete, and I love them. I think that this is an absolute must. There's so many different places you can get them and find them. These ones I picked up, link below, down below as well. I love, the quality is good. They didn't break. While I was installing, the light is super bright. The functionality on this remote alone is insane. Being able to dim them, turn them off, it's just an awesome functionality feature that you really need to find. And reading it more now, you know, there's got fade, jump, music, 4 different music settings, multiple colors, on, off, brightness level. It's such a must, guys. I hope that this video helped you. I hope this is your step to getting these lights in your car. And remember, if you have any questions, always hit me up down below. Never let anybody stop you from doing what you're doing, guys. Never, ever, ever quit. Just take a break if it's getting hard. This is a little bit more on the difficult side. I would rate this probably out of 10, a 5 to 6, just because you're going to have to do wiring, hiding, and it's very tedious in a sense. Depending on how complex you want these lights to look in your car to how basic you want them to look can really change the difficulty of this job. So take your time, map it out, and just remember that after is going to be so worth it. Wow, your friends, guys. It's so awesome. It really adds the flair to any vehicle. I mean, it's the Corvette, and it adds the flair to it. Any car, guys, it makes it look better. So go ahead, get you a set, use my discount code, use this install video, hit me up. I'll be there to answer any questions. And until the next one, guys, peace.
Sleeping on a Sunday.